This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane? This is a sham.
No. Nope.
Y'all, just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Al, Tori, and Erica, and today we're going to look back at some of our favorite celebrity stories, like the time when Beyonce admitted she can't always do it all and needs to take some time for herself. Well, Erica, for one, was relieved. Take a look. What do you think, Erica? I know.
Oh, thank God. Thank God you released us all, because I used to have this mug that said if Beyonce has 24 hours, let me make sure that I use my 24 hours. And I just felt like I was never measuring up, and to find out that she's actually human is such a relief. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Beyonce, we needed this. We all did.
We did.
Because we have this boss girl mentality, and the idea is like you keep going, like look at what these people are able to do, and it's an impossible standard to reach or maintain at that. And I think a lot of people are running themselves raggedy and really sacrificing their mental health with the hope that they can create this major empire. And what she's saying, and is illustrated so beautifully basically in the past decade, is you need to compartmentalize your life and be on for the sections of your life when you can and are willing to be on. And I think that's very freeing. I think a lot of people need to hear that message.
Did you ever think you were going to hear that from Beyonce?
I didn't. I was so excited. Also, I just have to drop a little something.
Yes.
Because Miss Tina, Beyonce's mother, reposted me. Yeah. I was giving Kelly Rowland her flowers. I posted it on my little Instagram, and lo and behold, Miss Tina reposted it. So thank you, Miss Tina.
How did you not send out a text in real time? I would have been, that's amazing.
That's huge.
That's huge.
I was too busy trying to do it all, so I waited until this moment.
Beyonce follows Miss Tina, so Beyonce saw Erica.
Basically, they're best friends.
Yes.
They're best
All
friends.
of a sudden, I just want to say, and I told Miss Tina, I adore and fangirl all of Destiny's Children.
Yeah.
Okay. That's right.
She don't pick favorites. Okay, so who could forget the one time Erica got tongue-tied? That's hard to believe, right? During our interview with Alfonso Ribeiro. It's a moment we need to savor again. Take a look.
Well, let's talk about that juice and three-dimensionality.
Yes.
Lord have mercy.
Yes.
Sorry.
I don't think anybody's ever said that word.
I'll just make that up and stumble all over it. My bad. Because you guys really had the opportunity to tackle some issues that we're still speaking about this day. And in his shocking new memoir, Mill Swift, Lord have mercy.
Is he getting you tongue-tied?
You know what? Honestly, Alfonso, I'm going to be very honest.
She feel a little something. You feel a little something, girl? You feel something.
Alfonso, I'm not going to lie. I am not going to lie. I am getting tongue-tied. You were like one of my crushes growing up, and I swear to you, it comes out. I swear to you, this happens to me.
I can tell she was feeling a little something. I knew.
Oh my gosh. Wait a second, Alfonso, Erica never gets tongue-tied.
She's never done it.
So I'm just going to savor this moment because I always get tongue-tied. Erica.
I love it.
Oh my God.
Gotcha.
I'm so sorry.
And I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it.
This also happened to me when I met Zach Morris. So,
Okay. All right. No different.
So we're going to go ahead and get Erica.
Erica, you want to say goodbye?
Yeah.
Put on some Sade and give her a dark room.
Oh, my goodness.
DBL Nation.
Bye, girl.
And then Erica, show them what happened.
yes, so our boss, Bert, reached out, and Alfonso sent me this autograph.
What's it say?
It says, Erica, thank you for all the love. You know I could tell.
Oh, he did not mince words.
Yes.
And that hangs here in the studio.
Yes,
So, yeah.
So thank you, Alfonso. I need to be reminded of that at all times.
So you had a crush on Carlton.
Yes.
That's so, rare? Did people have crushes on him?
Why?
Because I thought he was like
He was a little nerdy, as opposed to Will Smith's character was like the cool one.
Right,
you liked
but
him.
you guys haven't noticed that I love nerds.
So we like that.
Like-
She's just pointing out the
Nerds
obvious.
is so underrated.
Yeah,
I
nerds are-
love a hot nerd. Oh, my
honey.
gosh.
I can
yes.
tell. Yeah.
Honey.
Coming up on DBL, you know him from shows like Arrested Development and Veep. Tony Hale stopped by DBL to tell us about playing a villain on the big screen.
Listen, this past couple of years has been so crazy. Let's express gratitude for this year and all of the amazing gifts that are coming in 2022.
This year, let's try and put aside all of our differences and just be together and really be present in the moment.
From the Showman's Happy Holidays.
From me and my family, we truly want to thank you over the years how much support you've given me and our whole team.
I know the holiday season can be difficult for some, and I just want to let you all know that you're not alone, and I'm wishing you a holiday season full of love and light.
From all of us here at Daily Blast Live,
We want to wish you
Happy holidays
Happy holidays.
and a healthy new year.
and my baby said happy holidays.
On December 3rd, Mariah Carey's hit single, All I Want for Christmas Is You, was certified diamond by the Recording Industry Association of America, making it the first holiday single to earn the distinction. Carey's Christmas hit usually begins making its way up the music charts around late October, according to Last.fm listenership data from the past 3 years. But does that mean that the holiday hit gets the most plays on streaming apps during the Christmas season? Verify reached out to these sources to get an answer, and drum roll please, it's true. All I Want for Christmas Is You is the most streamed holiday song according to music streaming app data from Apple Music, Amazon Music, Billboard, Pandora, and Spotify. According to Amazon Music, global streams on their app for this song are up 46% in 2021 when compared to this time last year. It's also one of the most requested holiday songs on Amazon Music via Alexa so far this year. According to Spotify data, the song tops its Christmas hits list and is the most popular song on Carey's artist profile with nearly 1 billion streams overall. It's also my all-time favorite Christmas song, and I may or may not dance around the table to it every year with my family. With your Fast Fact, I'm Ariane Till.
You know him from his comedic roles in Arrested Development and Veep, which I just finished. It's amazing, obviously. I'm many years late. Now Tony Hale is embracing his inner villain in Clifford. We spoke to Tony, who couldn't help but chime in on our earlier conversation about cancel culture in Hollywood. Take a look. He's the man who can make you laugh with just a look. From his role on Veep to Arrested Development, please welcome to the show, Tony Hale.
Man, you guys are on fire. I was listening to you before. It was very exciting listening to you guys.
Oh, clip it. Yeah. We'll be using that for our show's reel. Thank you so much, Tony Hale.
Great actor.
So you are a very busy man. Before we get into Clifford, let's talk about another film you are starring in, Hocus Pocus 2. And earlier this week, Sarah Jessica Parker released a teaser for the film. Let's take a look.
What a teaser. I know.
So you're going with the correct spelling. Is all we got, really.
Okay, but we have Tony Hale here. So, Tony, you got to give us some insider knowledge. What can you tell us about the film and the Sanderson sisters revival, even if it's just a little tidbit? Come on.
Oh, please. I go to work. I'm doing it in New York now, and then I go back to shooting up. We're shooting in Rhode Island. That's all I can. But it's I don't really know. They won't let me say anything, but it's a classic, so it's kind of cool to be. And actually, it was cool to work with Kathy Najimy because she was on Veep. If you watch the show, she was Mike McClintock's wife. And so it'll be fun really seeing her again. And my first job in New York in the late 90s was Sex and the City. I had a bit part. I was Tiger.
Oh, wow.
So
that's so cool.
Okay, sorry. Hey, brother. It's Tori here. I love you. I'm arrested. All right. So.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you. Next month, Being the Ricardos hits theaters, and you also are in that. You worked alongside Nicole Kidman as she played Lucille Ball. But I always said out loud on the show, Nicole wasn't known for her comedic, or isn't known for her comedic timing. So, like, how did she do for you?
I mean, I gotta say, the whole thing was very strong. I grew up on I Love Lucy.
Right.
You guys are all much younger than I am, but I grew up on that show, and this is a drama about the making of I Love Lucy, because there was a lot of chaos in Lucille Ball's life, like with Desi and the politics and being a woman at the time, in charge, a very strong leader, and trying to get her respect leading the show. And so there was a lot happening behind the scenes. So that's what Aaron Sorkin wanted to focus on. And I'm telling you guys, when I was doing it, watching her do Lucille and Javier Bardem do Desi, I'm just like, which one of these is not like the other? I am not supposed to be here. I don't know why they invited me to the party. Like, it was pretty crazy.
And Sorkin, can you imagine? What a...
I can't wait.
Oh, God.
I know, and like, you told our producer that you haven't seen the movie yet. And full disclosure, you were talking to our producer at my house yesterday because we were doing a shoot there. And when she got off the phone, she was just so ecstatic. She was like, "Tony's the greatest guy ever." And I was like, "That's how I want people to be when they get off the phone with me."
Yeah.
So that it's just you're a great guy. And we're happy to have you.
People don't say that about you,
nice.
Al.
I just ask people to keep their expectations low.
Tony, did you hear my co-host dressed up like a zebra today in honor of your movie?
A zebra?
Yeah, you look like it's a zebra.
Okay, I'm sure Tony Hale loves my dress. Thank you very much.
Does she not look like a zebra, Tony?
A beautiful, a stunning gazelle.
All right, let's get back to business.
Yes.
Tony, you play the bad guy in Clifford, and you also play a bad guy in Alvin and the Chipmunks. I know you as Buster. I know you as Gary. I laugh at you. My kids are going to be scared of you, Gary. Why do you take these evil roles? Or Gary.
Yes! Mission accomplished. I tell you, I guess maybe it is because of Buster and Gary. I mean, I was just playing those defeated, emasculated characters. I think I needed something else just to like get some kind of power, even though it's evil power. But it was really, it's such a fun movie, and I play a guy who's trying to get Clifford's power just to like for profit. So I'm not a nice guy. But it was really fun.
Bad guy.
How can you try and profit off Clifford, Tony?
Why wouldn't you? It's a huge red dog.
Know.
Why don't you make some money?
I know.
Hey, Tony.
Do you know what though?
Yes.
You were when you guys were talking earlier about just everything in society. There's something in this movie that, because I grew up on Clifford, and there's this scene in the movie where Emily Elizabeth is holding a baby Clifford, and it's her love that makes Clifford grow. And that's kind of a part of how he got to be where he is. And it's like today, you guys were talking about cancel culture and like online, people ripping people apart and judgment. That's not going to bring growth. That's not going to bring change. It's love and support and empathy and giving people the road to redemption. That's what's going to bring growth.
Well said.
I thought I couldn't love you anymore.
I know, Tony, you're always welcome at this table.
Well,
You've got quite the opinion.
No, I love it.
Come join us.
Yes,
Yeah.
Sam will dress up like your favorite animal. Come on.
I'll join up as Clifford. I'll do whatever he wants. Clifford is in theaters. Stop it right now. Tony, thank you so much for joining us today. You are a real treat.
Oh, you guys are great.
Thank you.
What a
Thank you for having me.
We'll be waiting for you. This is the most wonderful time of the year.
DBL is back December 27th with all new episodes every day live.
That was good.
The World Health Organization estimates COVID-19 has contributed to the deaths of more than 5 million people. 1 in 6 of them were Americans. A verified viewer asked us whether more people died this year from COVID-19 than in 2020. So let's verify. Have there been more COVID-19 deaths in the U.S. in 2021 than in 2020? Our sources are the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, Dr. Amesh Adalja with the Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security, and Jason Kinderchuk with the University of Manitoba. The CDC tracks deaths where COVID-19 was a contributing factor. In all of 2020, there were around 385,000 deaths. So far in 2021, as of December 10th, nearly 406,000 people have died due to COVID-19. So it's true, there have been more COVID-19 deaths in the U.S. in 2021 than in 2020. Researchers at Johns Hopkins found people took fewer precautions this year as pandemic fatigue set in, just as cases from more transmissible variants like Delta began rising.
Many people were still social distancing, wearing masks, being really meticulous. A lot of that has worn off.
Doctors also point out the U.S. has a lower vaccination rate than many other industrialized nations, which means the country is more susceptible to the worst effects of new variants, ultimately raising the death toll. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back to DBL. The killing fields are an area in South Texas where many unidentified serial killers disposed of their victims. For Friendswood, a community near those fields, their horrors began with the disappearance of a 12-year-old girl. Here's the story of Laura Smither, the tiny dancer, in today's True Crime Chronicles.
Everyone who knew Laura loved Laura. Her love was immediately with ballet.
On a gray and drizzling morning in April 1997, Laura Smither decides to go for a jog.
She had just gotten into the Houston Ballet Academy, and hundreds and hundreds of girls audition every year. She got in. Laura had just finished reading a book that had inspired her to start running, so she asked permission to go out for this run, and she had never, ever done that. That was the very first time.
Laura waves goodbye to her parents and promises to be home in time for breakfast. But as the minutes turn to hours, breakfast becomes cold on their plates.
And that's my life sentence. I have to live with that every day, because I gave her permission to go out running, and she didn't come home.
Her parents call the police.
We knew right away that something wasn't right.
Authorities begin a frantic search for Laura, fearing she has been abducted. More than 6,000 volunteers begin searching over 800 square miles.
Laura Kate Smither is described as 5'3", weighing 98 pounds, with long, dark brown curly hair and braces. The search is by air, by foot, and even by horseback. It seems as if the whole town is taking part.
As the hours turn to days, the days become weeks. Police find no trace of Laura, but her parents refuse to let go of the hope that she will find her way home.
She's coming home, and if she's out there and she can hear us, Laura, you find a way to find us, and we will find you.
It's become a cliche that missing child is the worst nightmare, but it really is. When you have a child, you don't know where they are, and you have that momentary panic. I think every parent has at one point or time has experienced that and can relate to that. We'll take that experience and multiply it by 1,000.
Okay, about 3:45 today, we got a call from a man who was out here with his dog. He was out here training the dog for retrieval. He and his son, and the dog apparently found his body.
17 days after her abduction, Laura's remains are discovered.
It is the opinion of my department and its investigators and myself as its chief that the young woman found off Beltway 8 is Laura Kate Smither.
Investigators find little evidence, having been eroded by time and the elements, but they do determine that Laura was likely strangled. Little progress is made in Laura's case as investigators race to find the killer.
Quite a few months later, one of the reporters did an expose of all the missing girls. We had no idea that so many girls had gone missing in our area.
No one has a clue who could be responsible. They only know young women are vanishing. A serial killer is on the loose. However, When 19-year-old Sandra Sepaw is abducted at knife point, she astonishingly escapes. She identifies her abductor to police. William Reese, a part-time construction worker, is arrested for the kidnapping and rape of Sandra Sepaw. He becomes a person of interest in Laura's murder shortly after. Nonetheless, investigators fail to definitively connect Reese to any of the other murders in Friendswood, including Laura's, and her case goes cold.
William Reese was sentenced to 60 years in prison for the rape and abduction of Sandra Sepaw in 1998. 18 years later, he finally confessed to Laura's murder. He is currently on death row. Earlier, we invited Laura's mom to talk with us about her daughter. Here's what she had to say.
Gay, thank you so much for being here. Let's start with what's important, and that's Laura. How would you like us to remember Laura?
Just that she was an extraordinary human being whose life was cut short by someone who had so little to contribute, and he took somebody's life who Laura had so much to contribute to the world, and she's not here to give all the gifts that she had to give.
Well, you went to Oklahoma for the trial of William Reese. So what was that experience like for you?
Oh, it was brutal. Obviously, it reopened old wounds that, there's no such thing as closure. That's a made-up media word. There's no closure on love. So the best you get is a really thick scab. And for years, you live with that scab and you're okay. And every now and then you knock the scab and you bleed. And that's what it was like. I was bleeding again.
I wanted to ask, you said you forgive Reese. How? How are you able to?
My journey to forgiveness was through the sacrament of reconciliation, which my church offers. It's known more commonly as confession. Forgiveness is really for me. I forgive Reese, but it took me out of the angst and the terrible cage that I was in. It doesn't mean I condone or will ever forget, but it allows me to live in a more normal state.
Can you just tell us a little bit about your husband and how he's dealing with it all?
Bob definitely went inside, and he does not have a faith to cling to like I do. My faith is what got me through. I don't know, to be honest, how he does it, but he always says he goes to the Church of Brazos Bend State Park. He loves that park, and he communes with nature, and he releases his pain in that way. But it's a longer journey for him.
Thank you so much for talking with us, for personalizing this, for humanizing Laura.
Absolutely.
Your family will be in our thoughts and prayers. And for everyone watching at home, if you want to hear more about Laura, we covered her story and many others on our True Crime Chronicles podcast, available on any podcast player. Thank you again, Gay. We are thinking of Laura. We'll be right back.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is the most wonderful time of the year. DBL is back December 27th with all new episodes every day live.
That was
Senator Ron Johnson of Wisconsin recently claimed during a town hall meeting that gargling mouthwash, quote, has been proven to kill the coronavirus, unquote. Johnson later tweeted a link to the results of a clinical trial that concluded commercially available mouthwash can potentially reduce the viral load of SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19 in saliva. And now people are questioning whether gargling mouthwash can prevent or treat COVID-19. So let's verify. Our sources are the American Dental Association, 3 major brands that produce oral care products like mouthwash, and Dr. Jason Kindrachuk. The study referenced in Senator Johnson's tweet looked at the impact of mouthwash on viral load in saliva, but it didn't say mouthwash is a cure or preventative treatment for COVID-19. According to the American Dental Association, quote, there is currently no evidence to support that mouthwash reduces infection with or is a treatment of disease caused by the COVID-19 virus, unquote. Verify reached out to the makers of Crest, Scope, and Listerine mouthwash, and all 3 companies confirmed that no evidence currently exists that rinsing with a mouthwash prevents or treats COVID-19. Dr. Jason Kindrachuk says claims that mouthwash can prevent or kill COVID have been around since 2020, but they aren't true.
So for regular mouthwashes and rinse aids, when we heard about these suggestions very early on in 2020, none of that has borne out into fruition.
So we can verify this claim as false. There's no evidence gargling mouthwash can prevent or treat COVID-19. Through the pandemic, Johnson has been accused of spreading misinformation about the virus. In June, YouTube suspended his account for a week after the senator shared a video encouraging people to use alternative COVID-19 treatments. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till. To receive daily fast facts to your phone, text Verify to 202-410-8808. And to sign up for our newsletter, visit verifythis.com/email.
From everyone here at Daily Blast Live, we want to wish you happy holidays and a healthy new year.
From the Showman's Happy Holidays.
From me and my family, we truly want to thank you over the years how much support you've given me and our whole team. Happy holidays and a healthy new year.
Guys, let's be real. It's been a tough year, really almost a tough couple of years. Traveling has been a nightmare, protocols in place, arguments with family members, differing ideologies, worried about seeing older family members, worried about being in the same room with the people you love. This year, let's try and put aside all of our differences and just be together and really be present in the moment. Happy holidays from everybody here at Daily Blast Live.
Welcome back to DBL. We got some more viewer questions. This first one is for me. Leslie wants to know, with 2 young kids at home, how do you find time for yourself? That's a tough one, but I do have the benefit, and I know not everybody has this privilege of being in a household of 2 parents. So I'm lucky that if I do need time for myself, that I have my husband to pick up the slack or vice versa. So I'm grateful for that.
I'll just say you don't take a lot of time for yourself, though, unfortunately.
That's true.
You are like all in as a mom, so yeah.
And right, kids go through stages. Sometimes they're all about dad, or sometimes they're all about the other, parent. Right now, Sophie's both, but Miles is all about me right now. So yeah, it's
all you.
All me all the time.
For my mic. Oh, look at that. Now we're talking again. Hello. And we got 10 seconds to go.
Okay. DBL is new every day. We'll see you guys again. Same time, same place. Have a fantastic day, everybody.